the pepper on a regular basis. The barber needs to cut the hair on a regular basis. Okay, let us put that light on. That doesn't require more than 4,000, 5,000 megawatts. All right? When we attain that, and that is being made to be constant, and that can be done by purchasing electricity from wherever they sell it. That is IPP here, delivering 240 megawatt here and there, using hydro electricity, using coal, get to like 5,000 megawatts on a steady basis, and then call all your electrical engineers in the country and lock them up in one room and say to them, design electricity supply for Nigeria. Who are those electrical engineers in Nigeria? 70% of them among you. All right, let us design something for this country, and we begin to work at it. How we are going to take it up from that 5,000 megawatt to 15,000 megawatt should be our own concern. We cannot just be paying money out. From that 85 billion, we begin to invest in that kind of endeavor. What will it lead to? It will lead to medium-sized companies. Somebody is going to fabricate some parts. Another person is going to fabricate some. The university research departments in electrical engineering will be funded. Students are going to have scholarship to go and read electrical engineering so that they can join this team. Over the next 10 years, we begin to hit 20,000 megawatts, right? But we continue. That is what will create lasting jobs for us here. Any of the things that we fabricate here that spoils, where are we going to get the expert to build them? Here. All right? Our people are going to learn how to do it. They're going to master how to do it. Right? Initially, if we have to send them abroad to learn the skill to come back home, we will do so. But by the time we are expending $85 billion, $100 billion, we will have lights. We will have those who know how to fix light and repair light, so that we know that for the rest of our journey in this world, all of us, as we continue to, Nigeria will have acquired the competence to do this. If we don't do it that way, we will not develop. Now, let me tell you why it is essential, and it's economic as well. If we produce 10,000 megawatts today, who is going to use it? Huh? We can't use it. Where are the factories? All we do with lights now is to put on lights and put on air conditioners and let your fridge work, and then use the pepper grinder. How many factories are in this country? They're dead. In Kano alone, between 1986 and now, they closed down 356 factories. Yeah, they're not here. So we need to get back to that point. And if there is nobody using it, anybody that read engineering here, anybody, what happens to light, to electricity generator that's not consumed? Huh? It's gone, and it never comes back. All right. So, in saying to ourselves, electricity is a major problem. It is, but we need to look at it in terms of the use for comfort and the use for economic activities. So, as we are producing it gradually, we are also creating industries that will now use electricity themselves. Okay. By the time we are getting to 10,000 megawatts, let us be in a position that we need 12,000 megawatts. By the time we get to 15,000 megawatts, let's get to a position where we need 18,000 megawatts, so that there is a push to continue to develop. And if you don't use it, you don't pay for it. If you don't pay for it, it doesn't sustain. Am I getting complicated? Yeah. You see, I can come here and lie to you and say to you that on day one electricity will be solved and blah blah blah, and then you go and vote for us. You know, I'm not in this business for that. If Nigerians don't want to build Nigeria, then Nigeria will never be built. China will not build Nigeria. Italy will not build Nigeria. Japan will not build Nigeria. But you know what they will do? They are ready to supply anything that you want for as long as you pay them. And once that money goes out of your system, it is no longer your money. Money that you have paid, that you haven't created employment for your people. Money that you have paid, that you haven't created businesses for your people. Yeah, and then you say you have light. You will have light at a point where you will not be able to pay for it. And what will happen to that light? It will go. That is the truth of the matter. The same thing, let us take housing. All right, we want to, everybody is entitled to a house, ordinarily. But how does a poor person finance a house? If you don't have money, why should you get a house? Yeah, but if you don't have money, it may not be your fault. We need to put you to work. And if we put you to work and you begin to earn salaries, then you are able to have what they call disposable income. You can pay for your mortgage, you can pay for your petrol, you can pay for your car rental and whatever it is that you want to pay for. That is the only way we can get this economy to work. Anybody that comes here to promise you that they will build 10 million houses and they will give it to you for free, just ask yourself, is it sustainable? When they then give you the house for free and you don't have a job, what are you going to do with the house? Who is going to pay the NEPA bill in that house? Who is going to pay the water bill in that house? So what we are doing in Action Congress is coming here to carry you along with the plan that it's only together we can make this happen. The more prosperous you are, the more you are able to buy things for yourself, for your children. The more you are able to buy things for yourself and for your children, the greater the level of economic activity that takes place in that entity. People who are poor don't buy things. When people don't buy things, those who are selling don't sell things. When they don't sell things, poverty gets complicated. You know, the velocity of poverty goes up. The idea is to capacitate the people to be able to spend money. Capacitate the people to be able to spend money, particularly those who are not sick and who are not infants. For the infants and the sick, everybody must, for the infants, they must be in school. Education has to be, we have to look at it again. And that is the kind of economic plan that we are presenting to you. Not government fixes it all. We are all going to fix it together. The other aspect of employment that I want to let you know is that, and I will use myself as an example. When I was growing up, let me tell you the charter that my parents gave me. They said, go to school, study hard, get good grades, and when you leave school, get great jobs. When I left school, let me tell you how many job offers I had. 4. I had to be asking myself, where do I work? Which one do I choose? And if I didn't want one, that was it. They were going to look for somebody else. Today, we still give our children the same charter. Go to school, study hard, get good grades, get a great job. The jobs are not there. So, we sat down and we said to ourselves, what do we do here? Go to school. Is it necessary? We said yes. Study hard. Is it necessary? Yes. Get good grades. Is it necessary? Yes. And then we get to the next one, get a great job. And we remove the word get. And we create them. Create a great job. And that was the basis for Faith Foundation. The lady sitting down there was the first executive director of Faith Foundation. How many years ago? 11 years ago. We have turned out so many people with college degrees, university degrees. And we have made entrepreneurship a compelling alternative to employment. People have set up their own businesses because they understand what to look out for. They understand what to do. They know how to run those businesses. From a one-man business, they started employing people, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have the current statistics. The largest faith business, how many people do they employ now? Hundreds of people. From a job seeker, somebody who's just looking for a job, writing applications up and down. We've been able to change the psyche to go and set up their own businesses. We need to do that now. Faith was done by one man with his money and raising money from places. And then Ndidi joined. And then Ndidi has left Faith as executive director. She has been succeeded by Bumi Lawson. Bumi Lawson has left Faith. Osayo Urena is doing now and is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Can you imagine if you can scale that up to national policy so that people who want to set up businesses for themselves can veer off the road and we know people. And it's not that one is superior to the other. Let me also explain that to you. People are just differently gifted. There are people who will be employees till they die and there's nothing wrong with them. That is the line they have chosen. That is what they feel comfortable doing. That is what they know how to do. Right? And you can become a big person as an employee. And there are people who set up their own businesses. They just don't do well working for other people. they want to manufacture things, we need more of those people. By the time we put out the power policy and the housing policy and the entrepreneurship policy, I have no doubt in my mind that within the first 24 months, we will be looking for people to employ in this country. People will be looking for, you know, there will be no gap anymore. Unemployment will not be decreased out of this place. Unemployment is going to be, it's like light and darkness. Light doesn't know darkness. It's darkness that knows light. And every time darkness sees light, what does it do? Yeah, it vanishes. So when jobs begin to come through policies that are created, look at this Ibadan. They were beginning to become an industrial environment, rolled steel industries. I mean, there were already here, you know, Laji, the construction company. I mean, we saw them clustering around the Ibadan end and around the Ring Road end at some point. Everybody has gone. We're not saying that we will not buy cars. We will buy cars because we need cars. But if it is true that the Nigeria police needs X number of cars every year, the federal government of Nigeria needs X number of cars every year, the army needs X number of cars every year, can't we ask a manufacturer to come and bid for our cars and set up a factory here and produce those cars here? Those are the things that we need to do, rather than just writing the checks to anywhere they make cars. And we are so shameless, you know. Before it would be America, now it will be if you go to India. Even when we are dying now, we are looking for how to get to India. What are we going to do by ourselves? And we say 70% of us are youth. The youth are the ones that change things from happening, not docile, waiting for people to come and do things for them. This government is one that is going to capacitate, create the enabling environment, and allow institutions to be what they were set up to be, and allow you to be the best that you can be. And any of you that doesn't want to be is free also to fail. That is the government. I mean, nobody can force you to do anything that you don't want to do, but we will make it possible.